Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Sal Stratter Post. How you doing? Hope you're all doing well. Welcome to another episode of Breaking Dawn. Can we get an explosion? It's Friday, guys. There we go. We got the explosion. It is Friday, guys. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to another stream. It is Friday again. Sunday, Monday, what? Let's go, guys. Up early in the morning, Breaking Dawning. How's all the Breaking Dawners doing this morning? I hope you're all doing well. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know what? On this splendid sunny day, wherever you are in the world, guys, thank you so much for joining me. Now, there's a big news in regards to Manchester United, as there always is, of course. News in regards to Man United. There's always something going on around the club. I've got news about a special talent in Brazil that could be going to Manchester United. And will a Manchester United flop be going the other way? We'll have to wait and see in regards to that. Ruben Amorim has a transfer boost. We're going to have to go through that, delve into that a little bit. He's going to have a transfer boost. And you know what? It's good news, of course, for those people, you know what, who don't want certain players at the club. But bad news for the Player FC brigade, of course, guys. Hope you're all doing well. Ruben Amorim was at Old Trafford, bumping into loads of fans and stuff like that, as we saw, shaking hands with loads of fans. You know, imagine you're just there doing a little stadium tour. I haven't done that stadium tour in donkey's years, by the way. The last time I did that stadium tour at Man United was literally 1998. I did the stadium tour, right? I've done it a few times. The first time I done it was in the early 90s, around that time. We've done the stadium tour, right? And when I came out of the stadium, we were with a group of us, and a car went past the stadium, right, Old Trafford. And there was this guys with a sunroof, right? And they were up like this with a flag high up amongst the sky. And it was the Tottenham Hotspur fans. And they were shouting out, "Come on, you Spurs." And you know what we did? We all started laughing. That is how deep it was. That was how deep it was. We all started just cracking up laughing. And you know what? It is hilarious. You know, I mean, those days we were successful. You know, who the hell is Tottenham Hotspur doing that kind of thing, of course, guys. Absolutely. Let's, guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new and smash a like on the video. Very important that you do that, guys. Very, very important, of course. Let's read some of your comments, guys. The Sniper Man is back, guys. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Is it true Rio cheated on his dying wife? I don't know nothing about that at the moment, Sniper Man. I really don't. I haven't delved into that. But if it is true, I mean, that is absolutely disgusting, of course. And then Ed told him that Man United will not renew his contract. Wow, goodness me. First I've heard of that. I don't want to see Amorim play. I don't want to see Amorim play. You don't want to see Amorim. Amorim doesn't play football, Sniper Man. Amorim, you don't want to see Amorim. Amorim's a manager, mate. And Amorim's a manager. Big up, Kazi. How you doing, my friend? Up bright and early, my friends. Hope you're doing well, Kazi. Thank you so much for joining me. And everyone in between has been joining me today. Now, I've got some news about a potential player that could be coming to Manchester United, guys. He goes by the name of Loran. Loran, of course. He plays for Flamengo. He is an attacking midfielder, but can also play as a right midfielder and a left midfielder. He's 18 years old. Now, here's where it gets tricky. Manchester United could launch a deal worth 50 million euros for Loran. But Man United could use Antony as a mate weight for the Loran deal. So basically, Antony could be going on loan to Flamengo. Man United could get Flamengo player. Man United won't be getting a Flamengo, but Man United will be getting Loran of Flamengo, if you know what I mean. So basically, we'll give Antony as a little bit of like a softening up thing on loan, and Loran will come to Manchester United. Now, what do we make of that deal? I mean, that would kill two birds with one stone, wouldn't it? It would kill two birds with one stone. He's already had 19 appearances this season, 1 goal, 1 assist. Young player, only 18, under 17s Brazil international. You know, and yeah, I mean, these are the type of deals that Ineos are trying to work on at the moment. They're trying to work on deals like this, and this kind of deal I actually like. But one thing we have to be careful of is that you do get the odd players that are, you know what, a little bit, you know what, overhyped in regards to, you have players who come from with good backgrounds and stuff, with good reputations in Brazil, and you know, are really sought after players, but you know, they end up like obviously the player who plays for Man City, of course, or Vieira of Arsenal. You don't want that. But this player is very highly rated. Manchester United could use Antony, killing two birds with one stone. as a make weight for that deal. What do you make of that? Now, this is not the first player we've been linked with this week. Of course, we've been speaking about Sver Naipan. Just yesterday, guys, we've been speaking about Sver Naipan, haven't we? Omar Manouche, we've been talking about as well yesterday from Eintracht Frankfurt as well. So you do know that Manchester United have got a kind of criteria of the type of player they want. And it's quite exciting for me. I actually like the kind of player that we're going after. They're young as well. I mean, obviously, Naipan is 17 and obviously Laurent is 18. So, you know what? Thinking of the future, guys, absolutely. GM, how you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. GM, what's in the munch today? Big up yourself. How you doing, my friend? Munch today. I'm going to have what will I have today? I'll probably have a salad with something, you know, but I'm going to go out to eat today. So big up LT. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Hope everything is good with you. I read that Biancheria scored 17 goals this season and was selected in the Wales national team. We should give this helmet. He was selected in the Wales national team a year ago, Almac. A year ago, he was in the Welsh national team. Well, about 6 months ago, around that. I mean, he's been in the Welsh. He's quite a permanent figure in their squad at the moment. I do believe that we should give these players a chance. Ruben Amorim will. But this is when I come along to the players that Ruben Amorim, the transfer boost in regards to Ruben Amorim. Ruben Amorim will be given the keys to the castle. Actually, he'll be given the keys to get rid of a few of the players that he wants to get rid of. Now, it is said that no player is safe under the new Ineos regime. No player. So that could be any player that Ruben Amorim does not want at the football club. He has the authority to sell. So basically, if we can sell them, they will be out the door if Ruben Amorim wants them to go. But one thing we have to keep in mind is that Ruben Amorim won't be getting rid of anyone until the summer, probably. So we're looking at January. We're looking at loans. January, we're looking at players like, obviously, Laurent, who can come to Manchester United. We're looking at Naipan, who's the Norwegian season finishes just in a couple of weeks. The Norwegian league finishes, and that means that we can get him in January because the league has finished. And we get him for a cheap price as well. So don't be surprised if a couple of players do come in January. I don't think that many players will leave in January. One thing I do think, though, is that a lot of those players whose contracts are running out on the 2025, i.e. Maguire and Lindelof and Eriksson, I don't believe they are going to be given a new contract. Those players will be out the door. Absolutely, they'll be gone. And we'll be moving forward with a much younger, fresher approach in our football team, of course. Absolutely. I was saying earlier, this permanent swap of Antony from Brazil's league. No, Man United will try other. There's going to be a multi-layered way that we're going to try and do this deal. Man United might loan Antony to Flamengo, knocking off a few million off the price, or they might do a straight swap. But Flamengo are interested in a permanent deal for Laurent. They want money for Laurent, and many clubs are after Laurent. We're not the only club who are after Laurent. So Man United, to sweeten things up, could offer them Antony on loan. So that is what could happen. Of course, the Brazilian clubs can't afford Antony's 200 every week. Don't seem with it. Loan, Almac, we'll be still paying Antony's fee. We'll be still paying his wages. But we want to give them Antony on loan so we can sweeten up the deal. Laurent is very sought after, including Real Madrid and teams like that. So if we offer Flamengo Antony, we will get Laurent, basically. So we offer them on loan. We'll pay maybe a percentage of his wages, maybe the full amount of wages. And then, you know what, we'll get Laurent in exchange. At the moment, as you said, Almac, no one wants to purchase Antony. And the reason they don't want to purchase Antony, and this is the same story with a number of our players, that they're on astronomical wages. And this is the problem. This is why we're looking at loan deals to get rid of them. Maybe Flamengo can pay a portion of that, you know. But one thing's for certain, Flamengo will be killing two birds with one stone. We'll be killing two birds with one stone. We'll be getting a talented young player. Flamengo will be getting a replacement who will fit the Brazilian league, of course. So, you know, it works out. Good morning, Grayo. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Hope everything is good with you. Morning, sound, all the breaking dawners. Hope you're all well. 661, only 26 likes. So please go smash the like button. Thank you so much, Grayo. We need to get those likes up. Absolutely. Absolutely. Big up Graham, my bro. Many EPL clubs are behind Omar. I saw him 6 months back. Absolutely. We're going to have to act quickly. Absolutely. We're going to have to act quickly. If we're going to get any of these players are wanted. Omar Manouche is wanted by Liverpool. He's been wanted by them, GK, for 1 year, not only 6 months, 1 year. Liverpool have been chasing Omar Manouche. He's considered the new Mohamed Salah in respect to that. So Liverpool are going after him, but Man United are also going after him. But Man United are going after a number of attacking players, as I've been saying. Sphere Naipan, Loran, these players. We're not going to get all of those players. It's unrealistic to say that we're going to get all of these players. We still have very, very good youngsters coming through the system. And Ruben Amorim has said that he will be looking at the young players in the academy and giving the academy some chances, which I absolutely love about Ruben Amorim, because you know what? We do have young players and we should stick to our philosophy, youth, courage, success as well. But the problem with Manchester United now, we've got a lot of dead wood. That dead wood needs to leave, of course. We need to get rid of some of those players. A lot of those players do need to go, and it's going to be difficult to get rid of those players. Whoever offered these players that an astronomical amount of wages, the fee, etc., it's ridiculous. And hopefully we're moving on from that now. But we have to be tactical in the way we do our transfer deals. We have to try and use players to get players, if you know what I mean. So for example, getting Loran, sending Antony the other way on loan would be absolutely, of course. Biancherry up. Yep. He's a good player, Biancherry. Good afternoon, guys from Singapore. Always nice to see the workday coffee break time with you. Lifestyle. Big up, Pearl. It's so good to see you as well, Pearl from Singapore. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to Breaking Dawn. Hope you're doing good. My friend, up to you. Is it true Liverpool want Alvaro? If it's true, we have to bring him back before Liverpool get him. This is the big thing now, Mac. You know what? And it's the test. It's just an example of the way we've been run over the last few years under the Murto, Arnold, and obviously Woodward era. Of course, all those years. Selling players we shouldn't have sold. Everyone and their dog knew that we shouldn't have got rid of Alvaro Fernandez. I mean, he was a good player. Every time he came in the friendlies, he was good. But a couple of Sporting Lisbon fans have been speaking, and they've said about Ruben Amorim. A number of them have said that Fernandez is not good enough. He's not as good as people think. But one thing we have to understand is that Fernandez is worth 16 million on our buyback clause. So he's going to represent a very cheap option. Can he play that wing back role? Now, Ruben Amorim doesn't play wing backs. He plays wingers in the midfield. He plays a 3-4-2-1. He doesn't play wingers. He tries to refrain from playing wing backs. It's not to say that Man United will never play wing backs, but his system is 2 midfielders on the right and the left, right? But those midfielders have to be hard-working grafters, if you know what I mean. They have to be hard-working midfielders, and they have to do their work, their due diligence, of course. But when you look at Ruben Amorim's system, he has the 3 at the back, and those 3 split to make a right back and a left back, which leaves the 2 wingers, which can go forward, back and forward, of course. But those 2 wing backs have to be very, very hard-working as well, because they have to put in their shift. But he doesn't go after wing backs. So it's going to be interesting what he's going to do going forward in regards to wing backs and what we're going to do in regards to midfield left and midfield right. Because Rashford and Garnacho, can they do that position? Now, when you look at that position in regards to the left midfield and the right midfield, you think about the 2 up front with the 2 number 10, so to speak, and then the 1 up front. The 2 midfielders in Rashford and Garnacho, for argument's sake, right, will be going forward and be cutting in. This leaves that space in the middle on the number 10 position overloaded. So one thing these players have to do to fit Ruben Amorim's system is be much more inclined to produce for the striker, run up forward, cross the ball, create more. The cutting in business won't be as potent as it has been over the number of years, of course, guys. Jonathan Weldon, how you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Ryan, this would be a smart move. We should believe Highland, Xerxes, Cheetah, Martin. The talent is there. The talent is there, of course. But we've also got a number of players who will be leaving the club. Of course, if Antony will be leaving the club, Man United will replace him. If Antony's going to go away on loan, Manchester United will replace him. So, there's a lot of players there who are not going to be staying at the football club, of course. So, in regards to defenders, we got Maguire and we've also got Lindelof, who will be leaving the club most likely. Eriksen, another attacking player who will be leaving the club. So don't be surprised if Man United do bring in a player. Reinders is a good option, of course, very good, I believe. But also there are a number of other players that Man United are after in regards to that. Obviously, Laurent, of course, Sphere Naipan. Sphere Naipan is the one that excites me a lot. But also we have to remember that Sphere Naipan is 17 years old. Can he walk straight into the team? You know, and that is one thing we have to remember. But when we think about Omar Manouche is 25 years old. And he could fit into that team pretty well. His statistics this season have been incredible. Some of the best statistics in Europe. You know, some of the best statistics in Europe. He's got a goal record and assist record. That could be the envy of a lot of players around Europe. So, you know what? Don't be surprised if Man United do make the move for him. He's more experienced. He's 25. But one thing we have to remember, we do, as my friend Jonathan says, we do have great young players. But are these players ready? Now, we can only see if those players are ready if they play football matches. You know, like Obi Martin, is he ready? Do you think he's ready to play in the first team? Do you think that? Is Kone ready to play in the midfield? I mean, there's a number of questions and conundrums that we're going to have to answer, of course. It would be great if we had players that are experienced in first team football. But I personally feel that we should believe in youth. We should give them a chance. We have to. But obviously, it's up to Ruben Amorim what he wants to do. These players that I'm mentioning have been on Ineos's transfer wish list for a while now. So they have their own transfer wish list. Ruben Amorim has his own transfer wish list. Now, it's up to the consortium of Ineos employees what they do with those transfer wish list players, whether we sign them or we don't sign them. It could end up we signing one or two. It could be like that. You know, a couple of young players, maybe a Safir Naipan, you know, maybe a Laurent we will sign. Maybe we will sign, you know, a young defender going in there, Diamande, something like that. Don't be surprised if a couple of Sporting Lisbon players come in as well. But you know what? Ruben Amorim is going to have a look at the youth players. He's going to give them a chance, and we're going to have to wait and see what he does with those youth players, of course, guys. Wirtz, mate. Yeah, Wirtz is very expensive and also wanted by a lot of players. Big admirer of Wirtz, though. Good morning, Mr. Sal. Allah bless you, man. Good works, man. Thank you so much. Achichi, you too, Gloria. I hope you're doing well. Good to see you, my friend. Mamouche, the best forward at the moment. He's very good at the moment. Yeah, playing in Germany, though. Some people could argue that he's playing in Germany. You know, Germany is a little bit risky to sign players from there. But you know what? He's 25, you know, assisting all day long, scoring all day long, you know, and Liverpool want him. So what do we do? Do we sign him because Liverpool want him? Or do we, you know, leave it out and let Liverpool have him? You know what? The more the merrier for me, the more the merrier, of course. And we're going to have to see. Please let that Brazilian player can be bought for 30 or 35, not 50 million. 50 million euros would be about 46 million pounds. I think 42 million pounds will be the fee for Laurent. That will be incentives. That will be like a 30 million, 25 to 30 million up front. Man United will be paying the rest based on incentives. For example, number of caps for Brazil. For example, if he gets 5 caps for Brazil, we will pay a fee. If he gets a certain amount of appearances for Man United, we'll pay a fee. So roughly we'll be paying 30 million up front, but the deal will work out to about 50 million euros, which is about 42 million pounds, if I'm not mistaken, guys. But Man United do want to make weight with Antony. They do want to work out a deal with Flamengo and Antony. So that could knock down the price a little bit as well. So Antony is very important in this equation in regards to Laurent. That is very important. He's very important in this occasion. Of course, I hear Antony says he doesn't want to leave and believes he could still have a chance with a new manager. So in terms of Janet, I don't see him leaving until I hear also. I don't. Yeah, I mean, Romano's a friend of mine, LT. So, you know, at the end of the day, you can believe what you want. It's up to you. You can believe that he doesn't want to leave. None of these guys know more than anyone else. At the end of the day, they're getting the same sources as everyone else. At the end of the day, but LT, I'm here to report the news. You know, and that's what I do at the end of the day. And I've never been wrong so far, right? In regards to everything I've done. If you look back on my tweets, I will have Fabrizio Romano on the show this year, of course. So, you know, when I say this is what a news channel does. And you don't just take Ornstein and obviously Romano's words as religiously and you just discount everyone else. You know what I mean? So basically what I'm saying is that Antony does want to stay, but you know what? It's whether Ruben Amorim wants him to stay, you know? And at the end of the day, have we got a place in the squad for him? Will he be staying at the football club? We have to wait and see. He hasn't been good enough. Let's be totally honest. Has he had chances? No, he hasn't had enough chances this year, but he hasn't been good enough. It's great to see Zambia. How are you doing, Zambia? Hope you're doing well. We need a lot of our players to sit up and become dynamic and proactively fast. and strikers to be ruthless. Let's get some shifted out and academy takes it. Absolutely, mate. It'd be great to bring through some of those academy players. Really do agree with that, my friend. Really do agree with that. Absolutely, Jonathan. Bruno Gittins to replace Antony. The Borussia Dortmund, I haven't heard much about that. I was a little bit shocked that he wasn't in the England squad yesterday. Why wasn't he in it? Bruno Gittins in the England squad? We were talking yesterday whilst we were watching the England game against Greece that why isn't Gittins in the England squad? And we were like, shouldn't he be in the England squad? He's a good player. I mean, and we had unknown players in there, relatively. And, I'm surprised he didn't play. Of course, Chichi, I like Bournemouth and Leicester won't be a bad buy. I like Buonanotte of Leicester. Good night. That's what it means, Buonanotte of Leicester. It wouldn't be a bad, but we'll have to wait and see. Number of names. I haven't heard anything about Buonanotte at all at the moment, of course, guys. Go ahead, Mr. Sal. Where does Flamengo play? He plays on the attacking midfielder, right midfield, and left midfield. Primarily attacking midfielder. So when you think about that number 10, the two number 10s, he'll be great in that position. But he does play right and left midfield. So that is versatile. So that is what Ineos are looking at. So basically, if we're going to play two number 10s, we're going to need more number 10s. So we're going to bring in more number 10s and more midfielders because we stack that midfield really and we play attacking midfielder. So he plays as an attacking midfielder, right midfielder and left midfielder. But primarily, his key position, his main position, specialized position is the attacking midfield, guys. Absolutely. Does Amorim expect the wings to defend? Which one of our wingers can do the share of defensive work? Amorim doesn't play wing backs, Almac. And basically, what happens, I'm going to say it like this. I'm not saying he's not going to play wing backs against Ipswich Town, just to clear it up, right? It is new in the system. He will be bedding in his system slowly, right? But he will play the system, but he won't necessarily play Garnacho and Rashford as the wingers. But going forward, when he gets the players he wants, he will play wingers as that right wing and left wing. They are not wing backs. They're not wing backs. They have to be cautious, of course, but they're not wing backs. But what happens is the three at the back split to make a back three. There's a right back and a left back. That's what they do. So they go through and they cover those areas. And also the two pivots in midfield can also cover those areas as well. It's complicated. I'm no expert at Mac, but this is basically in a nutshell what's going to happen in regards to formation. But against Ipswich Town, I'm not saying that he's going to play the full formation that he expects to play in the future. I do believe he will play probably Mazrou. Yeah. Or he might play, you know what? And this is why a lot of these players who are not playing at the moment, Luke Shaw, Tyron Malacia, you know what? They've got a lot of work to do to force themselves into that team. Can they play in that position? It's going to be difficult because they're not midfielders. They're wing backs, of course. Big up. Cools Dortmund is 7th. Absolutely. Yeah, that's probably why, Jonathan. That's a good point. But then again, you look at some of the players who played yesterday, which is strange. What lies around me? Why don't we try Antony as a left back, full back? Because he doesn't want to play there, lies around me. And defensively, he's good. He's not. He's just a hard worker. He doesn't want to play there. The last time he played there, he moaned about it. So he won't be playing there. And at the end of the day, we shouldn't be playing players in positions that they don't want to play. He's not. And I'm going to emphasize this again, guys. And I'm going to say this clearly. I don't know if I'm speaking English or what. He does not play wing back. So his future of the Manchester United team in regards to Ante and that is a little bit on the edge. He plays wingers. He doesn't play fullbacks. He doesn't go fullback positions necessarily. He plays wingers. But they obviously what you mean is that is he going to track back? Is he going to help out with the defense on the right and left back? Which is going to be the case, of course. But one thing I would say is that he doesn't want to play there. He's never played there in his career. So why are we going to play them now? Are we going to shoehorn players into positions again? We don't want to do that. We want players who can play there, who can do the job effectively for Ruben Amorim's, system to work, of course. Ahmed, I'm going to actually hope it works. I'm not sure about Antony. I'm not sure about Antony. I don't know what this obsession is with Antony. He cuts in as well. It won't work in the system. Almac, isn't it more realistic that we bring Andrew Gomez for free? Because he's just not good enough, Almac. He's not good enough. He's too small for the Premier League, number one. Loads of players are talking about Gomez. I mean, I was speaking about Gomez 5 years ago that he shouldn't have been sold in the first place. I just don't think he's good enough for where we want to be. If we want to be a championship challenging team, I don't know if he's good enough. Free transfer, it could happen. If we get him on a free transfer, of course, it could happen. But, you know, do I think he's good enough to take us forward? Maybe as a bench, off the bench, he will be. But, you know, he doesn't really improve us tenfold. He doesn't. And one thing I would say is we've got Kobe Manu, of course. On a free transfer, I wouldn't say no, though. I'll be honest with you, Almac, I wouldn't say no on a free transfer. We might as well bring him in. He's Man United through and through. He's a Man United fan, of course. So, you know what? That wouldn't be bad, of course, guys, as well. Sal, happy birthday. It's not my birthday, man, Advanced Sid. My birthday's 25th of November, and I'm doing an all-day stream on my birthday, man, Advanced Sid. All-day stream. I don't know who said it's my birthday. Who said it's my birthday? Who said that? Amorim was so happy with how many United welcomed him. United's beyond a football club. Yes, he shook hands with all those fans. It was nice to see. It was a nice thing to see, of course, a beautiful thing to see that, you know what, everyone greeting him. Imagine you went on the stadium tour and you see Ruben Amorim come in. I mean, what a shot. You'd be like, what the hell? You know what I mean? Ruben Amorim coming in there, of course. Alphonso Davies, Frimpong, good options. Yeah, that's more like it, lies around me. That's more like it. Alphonso Davies will be on a free transfer at the end of the season, but Real Madrid are interested and sniffing around as well. So we're going to have to act swiftly in regards to Alphonso Davies. One thing that Manchester United are not going to do, though, Man United will not pay astronomical wages anymore. Those days are gone, well and truly over, guys. They will not pay a lot of money for players anymore in regards to wages and stuff like that. It's not going to happen at the end of the day. And Alphonso Davies would be a good option, you know, but you know what? Real Madrid sniffing around, might move his wages up a little bit. You know, I don't know if it's going to happen, but it'll be a fantastic signing for Manchester United. Obviously, playing in that position will be a fantastic signing for Man United, in my opinion. DJ is going to be a hit or miss for us. His ball carrying ability is going to be the problem. I hope he adapts. He hasn't been good lately, but you know what? Leach is probably one of our best defenders, so I don't think I think he's just out of form. He's had a lot of injuries, of course. I still believe in him. I still believe he's a good defender, of course. Argentina lost yesterday. Martinez did not play. Only Lautaro Martinez played. He scored a goal, but Argentina lost 2-1 yesterday, by the way, of course. Sal, I think he can convince Antony to play wing back. He loves United. He wants to stay. He's not a wing back, mate. He's not going to play wing back. Trust Sal on this one. He's not going to play wing back. I know you have an affiliation with Antony, but Antony has not been good enough for Manchester United to even be playing wing back. He can't even play midfield. How's he going to play wing back? Do you know what I mean? He can't even break into our team at the moment. So I'm not going to say that he's out of the team. I think Amorim might play him. I don't know. I don't know what Amorim's going to do. We'll have to wait and see what Amorim's do. But you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if Antony gets moved on, shifted on. He's an asset for us to, as a mate weight, to get other players, and that's all it is. He's not good enough. He's very predictable. He cuts in, and for me, he's a lower half Premier League player, attacker. That's what he is, in my opinion. He's not a player that you would like bet your house on to create. To do things. He's very predictable, you know, and that's the problem. He plays right midfield, doesn't he? He doesn't play left back, you know, he doesn't even want to play left wing, you know, so how are we going to implement him into that? It's not going to happen. Shoehorning players into position is not the way to go forward. Trust me. We've been doing that for many, many years and we haven't won anything. Shoehorning players in position. We need to get specialists in that position, of course. Let's say Antony might improve under these coaches. We'll wait and see, but he's definitely not going to be a left wing back. He's not going to play wing backs anyway. It's not a wing back system anyway. Guys, I don't know. I mean, I think I'm blinded or something. I don't know what's going on. Guys, he doesn't play wing backs, right? But the midfield has to do their shift. They're not wing backs, notoriously. It's 3-4-2-1, right? They are midfielders, right? But one thing we have to understand is that when he first goes in against Ipswich Town, hopefully visa has been delayed, guys. So we're going to have to hope that his visa comes in. When he does play that formation, he's not going to play it straight away. But going forward in the long term, he's not going to play wing backs like proper wing backs, like you know Luke Shaw or a Mazraoui kind of thing. He will be playing wingers on that position, and hopefully. Good morning, Sanjay. How you doing? Good to see you, mate. If we're going to get Alphonso Davies, we must sell Casemiro to clear up the wages. And Champions League football. Casemiro's been good this season. You know, we'll have to wait and see, man, Advanced Sid. We'll have to wait and see what happens. At the end of the day, the outgoings are not going to happen this season. They're going to happen in the summer. Is Mason going to play? Rotation, Almac. I mean, I really hope that he gets back into form. Let's not forget that Mason Mount was player of the season for Chelsea a few years ago, right? And I know that he only done it for 1 season or 2 seasons. But you know what? If anyone's going to fit into that sort of Ruben Amorim team right now, it is Mason Mount. As much as people don't want to say it, it is Mason Mount. But having Mason Mount around, you know, is a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing at the end of the day, having him around in the squad. He's much more suited to what Ruben Amorim's team is. But we'll have to wait and see. So I think we can do one, but whenever we can see the goal before scoring, Amorim will play a different combination of players. So basically, Antony, look, Mad Advance said, I'm not against Antony staying at Manchester United. I like his attitude. I think he has a good attitude. I think he wears his heart on his sleeve, which is fantastic. He's a different type of player. Yeah, why not keep him as a substitute? But we'll have to wait and see. I mean, one thing we do know is Ruben Amorim gives chances. He gives chances to players, and we'll have to wait and see what happens in regards to Antony. Antony obviously can be used as a wait for other deals. But you know what? If it doesn't work out, we've got Antony. We've got a player with there who loves the club, who wants to stay at the club. And for me, that's great that Antony wants to stay at the club. That's a good thing, you know, that he doesn't want to leave the club. He wants to stay at the club. But of course, guys, hopefully I'm back. Hopefully I'm back. So, what do you say about Mainu, Garnacho, Euro, Højlund, and Ahmad as being our future and pivotal for our squad in the next 2 years of our title child, acquiring others fit? LT, good point, my friend, good point. I think that we cannot rely solely on young players, right? We have to remember that young players have to be drifted in the team here and there, brought into the team, taken out of the team, because young players are notoriously inconsistent. So I agree with what LT is saying. Like if we brought in, for example, a Omar Manouche, who's 25, got a lot more experience. If we bring in a player like that, we bring in a couple of maybe an experienced Gutierrez, for example, you know, who can rotate Højlund. We cannot rely on these players solely, right? As good as these players are, and I believe in the young players, of course, we do need to bring in some older players as well, a bit more experienced and proven winners as well. Right now, you know what? We don't have any winners apart from Casemiro in our whole squad, really. When you think about serial winners, you only think about Casemiro in our squad. We need serial winners. We need to start producing serial winners. And obviously that comes with winning trophies. You know, people talk a lot about the class of 92, but people forget about the class of 92 had obviously Steve Bruce, Ryan Giggs, Peter Schmeichel, you know, Andy Cole, Roy Keane in that squad who can nurture those players. Right now, when these young players are walking into the squad, they don't really have anyone they can look at and say, my goodness me, this player's won 2, 3, 4, 5 Premier League titles. I'm going to learn of this player. We've got a lot of players there who are notorious serial losers. So that is a problem. Of course, big up LT, good comment. Good morning. How you doing? Ray Reverse 7. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you back. Good to see you, mate. Hope you're doing well. Good, mate. Good, mate. So we all know Chelsea wanted to build their squad around Mason Mount. So obviously he's really good, but his injuries. Mad Advance said the problem with Mason Mount is he had a pelvis injury. A pelvis injury is notoriously a career ender. A pelvis injury. The medication that you take for a pelvis injury actually causes actually a knock-on effect in regards to injuries in other parts of the body. So this could be a long-term effect. And you're absolutely right, Mad Advance. This is a problem that Man United are going to face with Mason Mount. Why we spent 50 million on Mason Mount, I'll never know, because obviously if they studied and done their work, what we're saying. Now, you know what? We got to sort out our medical department team. I believe it was Licha Martinez who flew all the way to Argentina, and Argentina said that Licha Martinez is not fit. What is wrong with our medical department? What is wrong with them? What's going on with them? You know, why didn't they know that before you fly halfway across the world? You know what I mean? That's what we want to say. You know, they should be putting a block on that, you know, and it's weird because international teams obviously won't bother. They won't really care if the player's injured. They'll play them anyway, you know, because it's no skin off their nose. But you know what? Why are we flying players all the way over there? Of course, Mad Advance said, so you know that the news of Garnacho leaving United for a let go 7 minutes and promising youngster swap. So you heard that news of Garnacho. He's not going to leave Man United for 70 million. Absolutely not. He came from Atletico Madrid originally. And as far as I'm aware, he doesn't get on with Diego Simeone. That's what I've heard, guys. But yeah, he came from Atletico Madrid. If he goes to Atletico Madrid for 70 million, we're absolutely stupid. He's one of the biggest prospects in Europe, guys. As many people as anyone wants to say, Garnacho is one of the best prospects in Europe. One of the best, right? You saw that goal against Leicester City. You know, you've seen how many goals he scored this season, top scorer in the league. You know what I mean? He's got more better. He's got one of the most best stats in Europe in regards to the way he plays at the moment. So and he's 20 years old. So at the end of the day, you know what? I don't think we'll be selling him. He's absolutely unsellable. Like Kobe Mainoo's unsellable. I don't think he's going anywhere, and in particular, Atletico Madrid. Antony hasn't even proved himself in the Premier Dutch Player League. A chance to prove me wrong. Maybe Revert. Maybe. You know what? One thing I would say, Revert, is I wish him the best of luck. I hope he does well. Nothing I want more than players to succeed. I would love Antony to succeed. And the reason I would love Antony to succeed is because Antony is a model professional. He plays for the club. He wears his heart on his sleeve. He loves the club. He doesn't want to leave. You know, that is one thing. But one thing is about football is whatever, you know, it's not decided by me. You know, it's decided by Ineos, Amorim, those people. They're going to have to wait and see. They're going to have to see what happens in regards to that. Obviously, Ineos did not buy Antony. All they know is that we spent 90 million on him and he's not playing in the first team. That's all they know. As Jim Ratcliffe said, you know, we've got so many, we spent 1 billion over the last 10 years, but we haven't got £100 million player. And when that is concerning, it is. I know it sounds a bit crazy, but it is concerning. Now, Garnacho has a better record. Garnacho has more output than Mbappe this season in a tougher league, in my opinion. So we're gonna have to obviously back our young players and, you know what, build these players as well, these young players. But also, you know what, I would say this, right? Antony, prove yourself. Prove yourself. Do it. You know what I mean? Do it. And if he plays, he plays. You know what I mean? I'll go for it. At the moment, look, you know, I'll have to wait and see what Amorim does. You know, I don't know what affiliation Amorim has. He might like Amorim. He might like Antony. He might like him. He might play him. You know, we don't know that yet. None of us do. They've got their cards close to their chest in regards to team selection. Hopefully he gets his visa first. Amorim still hasn't got his visa, by the way, guys. So that has been delayed. So hopefully that gets cleared by the Ipswich game. Because at this rate, we won't have a manager. You know what I mean? For the Ipswich Town game. So, you know what? We'll have to wait and see. Hopefully that gets cleared, of course, guys. Top button. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. I've been studying Amorim's system and he just gets getting more excited. The numerous routes, for example. Love it. Top button. You and me both, my friend. You and me both. I'm getting excited. You know, the formation, everything. It just, all these fantasies are coming in my head about us scoring loads of goals, about Ahmad as a number 10 behind the striker, about, you know, all these fantasies are coming up and I'm getting like really giddy about it, excited about the formation and where we go with, you know, with this formation. It is versatile, the formation. It can be adjusted. You know, it can defend as a unit. It can attack as a unit. But one thing the whole team has to be in regards to this formation is working. They have to be intense. Our players at the moment lack intensity. Many of our players lack intensity. Ruben Amorim's tactics is based on intensity. We need to improve our intensity levels as we are the lowest running club in the top half of the Premier League. You know, so we need to improve that. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Randy. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Good to see it, man. It's proven to be good attacking me, but not for us yet. Silly goose can't say that. Yeah, it's the problem, Revert. It's the problem. It's the problem we're having at the moment. We can't catch a break. Mount can't catch a break in regards to his injuries. That's the problem, of course, guys. Absolutely. Advance said Sal Leacher left Man United a few hours before without informing the medical staff. How did we let that happen? That is mad. That's mad. How did we let that happen? I was informed that the medical staff knew, right? And they gave him the clear. That's what I was informed. And someone who works at the club, all right? So I've got a couple of people who work at the club, right? But the thing is, I was informed that he informed the medical staff, went to Argentina. Argentina said he wasn't fit, went back. That's what I was informed. And if that is the truth, and I believe this person is a good contact I have, right? That is ridiculous. And that this is one thing Ineos, Ruben Amorim, and people like that need to look at. Regardless if my friend was wrong, it's bad, isn't it? It's bad, isn't it? You know? LT, guys, I agree with Sal. Antony has consistently shown he's good enough. If he fouls under Amorim, then he should leave. Absolutely. Also for his attitude, but like McTominay, good attitude, but not good enough. Absolutely, LT. You said it spot on. Spot on. Attitude, you know what, doesn't win you titles all the time. It's part of it. It's part of it. Don't get me wrong. It's a big part of it. But talent also plays a big part as well. You know, in regards to McTominay, I'm pleased that McTominay is doing very well. Napoli, of course. My wife is from Napoli. I've got Napolitan connections, of course, guys who know me. yeah, I wish him all the best in Naples. He's gonna he loves it there, and I'm not surprised. Brilliant place to live. You know what I mean? But one thing I would say is that Serie A is a little bit less intense than the Premier League. The Premier League is a lot harder, should I say, if we're being honest. So, Antony can work for the club like Atletico Madrid and sell. Even if we do any sell Antony, they should try and do something to earn from him, or even yeah, and that's what they're trying to do. I mean, by using him as a mate weight for the Loran deal. You know, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to say, okay, we'll get Loran, you knock a couple of million off the price, we'll give you Antony on loan, we'll pay some of the wages, percentage of the wages. That's the sort of thing that happens in regards to these teams and stuff, Man United. So they're trying to do that. Ineos are very smart, guys. Ineos are very smart. They know what they're doing. Do you know what I mean? They know what they're doing. So I trust in what they're going to do with Antony. And I trust it. I'm not going to go against it. I'm not going to say, oh, well, you should have kept Antony. That was out of order. You know what I mean? We've already made these mistakes, right? We made a big mistake with Fernandez. Of course, we know we did. Ridiculous mistake. Ordinary as well, those type of players we made mistakes with, I believe firmly that we did. I don't know why that happened. I don't know why we got rid of Kova, for example, as well, making those silly mistakes. We made too many mistakes over the years. So hopefully Ineos iron these mistakes out. And you know what, going forward, you know, we'll start making more precise and the right decisions. That's what we need to do. Of course, Eric Ten Hag did save us Amorim with a signing. Euro, yeah, Garte, Mazrui, Højlund. You know what? Look, Mad Advance said, thank you so much for saying that, my friend. Let's not forget the work that Eric Ten Hag did. As you said, signing of Euro, signing of Garte, signing of Mazrui, signing of Højlund, right? Let's not forget Mainu, Garnacho, 6 very, very key players that, you know what, Ruben Amorim will love at the football club. So that we have to praise Eric Ten Hag for. Now, over the years, these managers, Louis van Gaal, Jose Mourinho, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, have not left the manager who comes after them in a good position. Jose Mourinho didn't leave Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in a good position. Louis van Gaal didn't leave Jose Mourinho in a good position. But one thing Eric Ten Hag has done is left Ruben Amorim in a decent position. Eric Ten Hag has had a huge part to play in the youth system. The increased development of the youth system. He's had a huge part to play in Mainu and Garnacho's development. Obviously, signing Højlund as well, who's going to be a great player under Amorim. Mark my words, he will be. There's a number of things that, you know what, Eric Ten Hag did what was good. And I just wish him the best of luck. That's what I do. And I hope that Ruben Amorim comes in and he finishes off the job. And you know what? I'm saying like this, by 2026, we will challenge. I'm not saying win. I'm saying we will challenge for the title by 2026. I don't even think it will be 2028, guys. I think it'll be 2026, I believe. I believe I can fly. We should. The new manager excitement I can't contain. Got one of the best young managers in the game. The best young manager in the game, Revert 7. Listen, I can't wait, my friend. I'm excited. You know, it's been a long time since we felt this excited. And you know what? I'm happy. And the reason is, do you know, whatever happens in regards to the team, in regards to the tactics, all what matters right now is Man United get together as a fan base, as a team, and we start winning football matches. Because once we start winning football matches, we'll shoot up that league like the Burj Khalifa. Yeah, I mean, if you've ever been in the lift on the Burj Khalifa, I don't know whoever's been on the lift on Burj Khalifa, it goes up very quickly. If Man United start winning football matches, you know what, we're going to go up like the Burj Khalifa. You know what, shoot all the way to the top and the tallest up there at the top of the Premier League. That's what I feel we can go. Honestly, if we really have to unite, though, we have to make sure that we believe in the process. We believe in this manager. We don't turn on the manager straight away. Even if we drop points against the likes of Ipswich and Everton and teams like that, we still have to remain together as a unit, as a fan base and everything, because it's going to take time. It's a completely new system. It's a completely new formation. But you know what? I'm excited, very excited. And I believe we will do special things under this manager. The best young manager in Europe. Absolutely, guys. Sal, you really think United medical team is that an idiot? They are bad, but they are, mate. They're very bad, mate. Mad Advance said they're very bad. They're very bad. Trust me. Trust it from a person who knows from the contacts, mate. Like, you know, Mad Advance said I have respect for you, but you know what? You speak on basically what you feel. I speak on what I know. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. It's a matter of time before the medical department will be replaced. Some of them have been already, but there's a few there that will be replaced because they're not good enough. No medical team, no player at Man United will leave the football club without informing the medical team. That is an absolute fact. No player like Licha Martinez will have to get clearance, and it is protocol before you go to international duty at Man United. You have to get clearance from the medical team that you're ready to go, in particular if you have been injured. So basically, Licha Martinez would have went to the medical team. They would have given the clearance. He would have flown halfway around the world. When he went training with Argentina, they said he's not fit, which is damning on the medical team. And that is what happened. Is he leaving? I hope Garnacho stays. He is not potential. He's got lots of potential. He's the best young one. Listen, Revert 7. Despite what idiots say, he's one of the best young talents in Europe, guys. One of the best young talents in Europe, and we shouldn't turn our back on him. Guys, am I missing something? Guys, top scorer for us this season. You know what I mean? Am I missing something here? Scored in the FA Cup final, won us the FA Cup. You know what I mean? I must be missing something, of course. Yeah, Amorim got young talent to work with, absolutely. He told me that McTominay is not doing anything unique, but the manager matches him perfectly. He gets it perfect. Yeah. He fits that system, Mad Advanced, and the league is a lot more softer. I would say slower in regards to that. It fits him like a glove, and I wish him the best of luck. I wish McTominay the best of luck. You know, always wore his heart on his sleeve. He will love Naples. He'd love in Naples. Naples is a fantastic city. My second city, of course, guys. I go 5 times a year. You know what I mean? So, yeah, love it. So isn't Nagelsmann the best young manager right now? Amorim is second best, I guess. Obviously, no, not at all. I don't believe that. I don't think he's set the world alight at Germany. You know, absolutely not. I believe in Amorim is the best young manager. From what I've seen, I believe he is. And you know what? Some people will say Nagelsmann. That's due to opinion. I say Ruben Amorim, but Ruben Amorim's ours. He's our guy, so we back our guy, of course. But what I've seen more potential and a higher ceiling from Ruben Amorim than I've seen from Nagelsmann. I'll be honest. Imagine due to the medical team making mistakes later, getting injured again. Absolutely. Mad Advance said, look, you know what? It's not the first time. It's not the first time. It's happened before. The incompetence is ridiculous at Man United right now. Why do we pick up the most injuries in the league? You know, why did we have 60-odd injuries last season? You know, and right now we're still picking up injuries, guys. We're still right now picking up injuries. It's annoying, Mad Advance said, my friend. It's annoying. But you know what? One thing I would say is that, look, whatever, you know, hopefully it gets fixed by hook or by crook. Hopefully we fix that issue that we're having with the medical department. Big up, Stephanie. How you doing? One of the originals, the moderator, the legend. That is Stephanie. Thank you so much for joining me. Absolutely. Much love to you. I hope you're doing well. Hope you're good, my friend. Hope you're good. 37 likes, 77 watching. Not bad. Not bad. I'm halfway there. Guys. Don't forget, guys, to smash a like on the video. Can we get to 40 likes by the end? I want 50. Can we get to 50? I don't think we can, but 50 would be nice. Guys, please just smash a like if you're in here. If you haven't already, thank you so much, Stephanie. Much love to you. You legend. Absolute legend. Thank you very, very much. The Argentinians are very patriotic. They always put country before club first. Martinez was always going to go. Not if he was blocked from going from the medical department. If he was blocked from going, but the medical department gave him the all clear so that he went. Yeah. Yo, please don't get injured again. Yeah, Euro. You know what? I love Licha Martinez. Is one of my favorite players, guys, by the way. So, you know what? I mean, Licha Martinez, you know, he's a decent human being. He's not one of those people to turn his back and go away without getting permission from Man United. He's not that type of guy, trust me. And basically, he's very close with the people over there at Carrington. So I would say is that, you know what? They made a mistake, the medical department. We have to own it, and that's it. And they have to own it, of course. Big up, Randy. Of course, Joe Blackman is in the house. Big up, Joe Blackman. I'm still recovering after the anticipated games. Oh, my goodness me. Joe, I'm still recovering from last night when I was up till 2 o'clock in the morning watching England, mate. Watching England ball. For goodness sake, it was like a distance in the background. It's like having a radio on in the background. It was so, like, boring. Boring, mate. Absolutely. Absolutely. I was very bored last night, Joe Blackman. Hopefully your team did well on the FC25. Obviously, reckless delegates and stuff like that. Big up you people over there. Absolutely smashing it right now. Absolutely building a fantastic community. KG Comedian, obviously. Big love to KG the Comedian. I think I met KG the comedian. The first time I met KG the comedian was at the United Stand trials, I think it was. I went for the football trials. And I remember I went for the football trials, and I haven't played football on grass for a very long time. So I had boots, right? But the boots were 2 sizes too small for me. So I didn't perform well. I blame the boots. I blame the boots. Absolutely, I blame the boots. It's the boots. It's the boots. Absolutely. That's what it's a boot. Randy, hello, buddy. Big up, big up, big up, big up, big up. Morning, Stephanie. I need a hug. Oi, Joe, don't nick my hugs. Don't you nick my hugs, man. Absolutely. Big up. Skip pressure on Hoyland is really high. I hope this up. Ruben Amorim's army's going to have the magic potion, my friend. It's going to have the magic potion. Absolutely going to have the magic potion. And you know what? He will get there, my friend. He will get there. Absolutely. We lost. What you doing, Joe, mate? What you doing? Why you losing, mate? I'm your mentor, bruv. You know what I mean? You need to come on this show. I'm the lucky charm, bruv. Come on this show in the morning. You will see, you know what? The positive vibes. The positive vibes. All we do is win. That's what we do, guys. We're all winners on the show, of course, guys. Absolutely. We're here talking about football, Manchester United, of course. You know, where else would we want to be but talking about Manchester United, of course. You know, so what are your feelings about Licha Martinez? Then a lot of people, you know what I've heard about you know what, he saw the medical team, guys. Absolutely. You know what, I can't wait to have Fabrizio on my channel very soon, guys. You know what, hopefully I have him soon. So basically, we can go through this. Maybe I will. You know what I mean? Maybe I will. But you know what? I'm going to time his everything. Maybe in the transfer window. I'll time it properly. Absolutely. Euro was outstanding for Lille last season. Always in the team of the week. Very mature defense. I'm excited about Euro in verse 7. I'm very excited about him. I can't wait to see him play for Man United. I mean, I saw him briefly in that friendly game. Was it Glasgow Rangers? I saw him briefly in that friendly game. And you know what? It's so typical that we got an injury, didn't we? So typical that he's injured. You know what I mean? It annoys me, man, because I really, if I was going to be excited about one player this summer, it was Euro. And you know what? Hopefully he comes back fit as a fiddle. Joe Blackburn, big up, big up, big up, big up, big up. Not the boots, mate. Not the boots, mate. Flipping hell, man. You know what they say, right? They say this, right? They say that, you know, when you get to a certain age, right, you still believe that your legs can move faster than your brain. Your brain sort of goes into slow-mo. Your legs go into slow-mo, your brain stays the same. If you keep sharp, your brain stays the same. My goodness me, I had these boots, right? Flex put me in goal. You know, I'm not forgiving Flex for that, by the way. Flex, I got a bone to pick with you, mate. You put me in goal, bruv. Nah. You know, one thing I would say, yeah, Aaron was balling. Yeah, he was decent. Yeah, I had to defend against him. Yeah, he wasn't bad. Yeah, I think KG played in that game. I'm not sure. I met him. He done very well as well. He's quite good defensive midfielder, if I remember correctly, but I might be wrong. You know, because it was a long time ago, 2018. Broad, really? Big up, Kazi. How you doing, my friend? That's everything, Kazi. You had a little break there, bruv. Arsenal are shit when it comes to signing the striker. They don't like signing strikers. It's against their philosophy. Good morning. Good morning. Kazi joined me for the England game last night. Kazi was with me last night and we were bored. Kazi's lying to you guys. He's lying to you. Absolute lying to you. I had a guy come on this stream yesterday, right, saying he rates Lee Bowyer. He rates Lee Bowyer, but he doesn't rate Paul Scholes, right? How can you take opinion seriously if they say such nonsense? How can you say such nonsense? How can you expect me to take your opinion seriously if you say such nonsense? He says he rates Lee Bowyer, but he doesn't rate Paul Scholes. He was a Tottenham fan. I understand that I have to be sympathetic to all Tottenham fans because obviously Tottenham fans talking about world-class players is a bit like David Ginola talking to Eric Ten Hag about... No, let me say. It's a bit like Eric Ten Hag talking to David Ginola about hair. That's what it's a bit like. About a Tottenham fan talking about some great players is a bit like Eric Ten Hag talking to David Ginola about hair or shampoo or something like that. If I'm being real with you guys, absolutely. So imagine Ipswich are not getting relegated. They are really cooking. We're going to have to be wary of Ipswich, guys. They're not that bad, man. Advance said. We're going to have to be wary. We're going to have to be on our game against Ipswich Town. We're going to have to be on our game against Ipswich. Absolutely. I am a London boy, born and bred, reverse 7, East London, massive, Leytonstone, Whips Cross, absolutely, Redbridge, no, I think I went to Leyton Sixth Form College, Leyton, massive, Northerton School, you name it, I went, guys, absolutely, I'm Leytonstone, massive, Cattle Estate, massive, absolutely, then I moved to Leyton by Leyton Orient, down Windsor Road, of course, guys, that is my neck of the woods. I've been in the UAE for 2.5 years. 2.5 years, I made the move to come to the UAE. Love it. Never look back, of course, guys. Do love it, of course. Imagine spending 100 million on, but you cry for a 10 million to start. 10, you cry 10 million. No, 100 million on 100 million on who? What is that emoji, guys? Can you tell me what that emoji looks like? I don't know what that emoji is, but you know what? It looks like a bloody, you know, those fish sticks. Imagine spending 100 million on fish sticks, but you cry for 10 million to sign a striker. It's not Ineos, though. Ineos are new, aren't they? We're going to have to give Ineos a chance, of course, guys. Absolutely. We're going to have to give them a chance. Absolute nonsense, bruv. He's talking nonsense. Absolute talking nonsense. Unfortunately, there are some people that, you know, are narcissistic. They only believe in their own opinion, and they don't want to listen to anyone else's opinion. Especially in regards to the football kind, of course, guys. You know what? Football's very tribal, isn't it? Football's very tribal for people who watch football. You know what? Especially when they support opposition teams, we're never going to agree. We're never going to agree on anything. You know what I mean? The sky could be blue. They'll tell you it's pink. You know? That's the way it is. Ipswich are better than Southampton for sure. Yeah, we slapped up Southampton 3-0, man. Ipswich are easy. Southampton are easy. I wish we could play Leicester and Southampton every game. Absolutely every game. No, Rice, sorry. Rice. Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry, mate. Rice. So what does that mean? Imagine spending 100 million on Rice, but you cry with 10. That's true. I get you now, mate. I get you now. Now I get you. Now I get you. Yes, they spent 100 million, but didn't spend 10 million on a striker. We have to make sure that Arsenal do not get Naipan. Sphere Naipan is the truth, guys. Sphere Naipan is the truth. We got to make sure that we get Sphere Naipan through the door, guys. I really do. We shouldn't let Arsenal get a march on our rivals, and that's same with Omar Manouche as well. He's another player that we shouldn't let people get in a march on us, man. Definitely not. So right, big up, Mad Advanced though. Sal was talking about, yeah, I know now, Mad Advanced. Sorry about the slowness, Mad Advanced. Big up yourself. Good point, mate. Absolutely good point. Yeah, absolutely. We have to stop them from, but you know what? If we don't get Naipan, then we're going to lose out, of course, guys. So we have to obviously get him, of course, guys. Get him, of course. 10 million. Why wouldn't you get that deal? Why wouldn't you make that deal happen, guys? Guys, I've got another question for you guys. Away from Man United slightly. I want to know your opinions, right? Gary Lineker has stepped down for Match of the Day. Alex Scott and Mark Chapman are the two people that are vying for the place on Match of the Day. Now, guys who don't know, Match of the Day is the traditional Premier League highlights program that comes on every Saturday night on English television on the BBC. It was on the ITV for about a year, but it's on the BBC every night around 10. Now, Gary Lineker has hosted that show for the last 20 years, 25 years, and he is leaving it, right, for political reasons, let's say, right? Now, there's ex-England women's team player Alex Scott, who is in the running to present Match of the Day, the men's Match of the Day. And there is Mark Chapman, who works on Match of the Day now, but not as a presenter role. He does a big part. Now, Mark Chapman has been offered the position, but he said he doesn't want to share the position with another presenter. So that leaves Alex Scott. What do you make of Alex Scott? Now, I'm going to give my opinion, right? And I don't want you guys to jump on me and stuff like that. The great thing about life in general is that, you know what? We give up in football. Football brings people together, right? It does. Football brings people together, and it has no barriers in regards to sex, race, religion, whatever, right? And yeah, 25 years, Kazi. And basically what I would say is that best person for the job. But also what I would say is that presenting match of the day, this is why, and I'll tell you why, guys. Why are fan channels getting bigger? Why are they getting more potent on mainstream? Why? It's because they're not politically correct all the time. You know, I believe whoever it is, the best person should be for the job. But when it comes to match of the day and things like that, you need a personality. Jokes, laughing, stuff like that. There are great people who present and they're fantastic present, male and female, right? Male and female. But there's something missing with some of them, right? And that is, regardless of you're male or female, there's something missing, and that is personality. Gary Lineker's not a qualified journalist. He's not a qualified presenter. He was a football player. But one thing he had was knowledge of the game, and he had a personality, make you laugh. You know what I mean? And that is how it should be. And that's why fan channels and stuff like that are starting to get more potent. You know, it should be based, obviously, on qualifications. That is part of it, a small part of it. Skill, big part of it in regards to presenting. But most of all, personality. And you know what? I don't want no political correctness on Match of the Day. I don't want no people getting offended on Match of the Day. I think people got snowflakes these days to get offended by absolutely everything. That's the problem with today. Now, I don't know Alex Scott, but I do know she's being pushed for whatever reason. You know what I mean? But one thing I would say is that best of luck to her if she gets the job. But you know what? Mark Chapman or Alex Scott, I'm not sure. I mean, I remember seeing, I mean, this is way out there, guys, but I remember seeing Clarence Seedorf on Match of the Day. I mean, you know what? You know what I would say? Clarence Seedorf and Thierry Henry. Imagine Thierry Henry hosted Match of the Day. Imagine that happened. Imagine that. Imagine Gary Neville hosting Match of the Day. It'd be much more fun, wouldn't it? Don't you think? Guys, be honest. Imagine Gary Neville or Thierry Henry, you know what I mean? Jamie Carragher, for example, hosting Match of the Day. Imagine it was one of them hosting Match of the Day. You know what I mean? Imagine something like that. Imagine a Troy Deeney hosting Match of the Day, something like that. You know, it doesn't always have to be the most corporate speaking person. It doesn't have to be like that. You know, the suit and tie, suit and booted graduate type. It doesn't have to be like that. I mean, it can be someone who's just got a personality. It's not hard to sit there and talk about football for an hour. Look at me. I do it. I ain't got a presenter's degree. You know what I mean? I haven't got that, but I sit here and talk about football all day long with you guys about stuttering, about anything. You know what I mean? And that's one thing I would say, you know. But it should be the person who fits the role, not just in the corporate side of things, but also in the regardless of the personality. Personality. Imagine, look, how much it would do for the ratings on Match of the Day if you had Gary Neville or Thierry Henry or someone like that who hosts Match of the Day. Clarence Seedorf who hosts Match of the Day. Imagine it's someone like that. Jamie Carragher hosting Match of the Day. You know what I mean? Those sort of people. Jamie Redknapp. You know what I mean? Just for argument's sake, do you know what I mean? Hosting Match of the Day. You know, I just feel like there's much more better options out there than even Mark Chapman and Alex Scott. There's much more better options, in my opinion, if I be honest with you guys. Yeah, England, out in the world, England won yesterday 3-0. England reserves, Mad Advanced. England reserves. 40 likes, let's get in there. 40 likes, big up everyone for the likes, guys, absolutely. Big up, at least it's not Jermaine Jenner. Bloody hell, he's boring. Mark Chapman is good. He's all right. Sal, where's the 2 gap between your live streams? There is a 2-year gap between your live streams. What do you mean? What do you mean there's a 2-year gap between my live streams? Sal, why is there a 2-year gap between your live streams? Oh, you mean, no, I didn't. You mean when I stopped? I stopped for a while, 2 years. Yes. I'm building up myself, building a business, doing the music, moved to the UAE. Things like that. That's why, my friend. That's why I had a 2-year gap. Before I started a long time ago, guys. So yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yes, I'll big up Mad Advanced. Can't agree more. Big up Mad Advanced. Yes, United Road is in the house. How you doing, brother? I hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Big up the chat as well. Big up, of course. Carragher, absolutely be a good choice. I agree. Michael Richard for me. I agree. Randy, good one. I agree. Personality, of course. So how do you figure out if someone started watching football after Corona? The ones who flip-flop on managers. Kazi, it's all about structure and all about the players. Absolutely. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. I'm Dundee Dusted. Thank you, everyone who's joined me today. Big up everyone who's joined this stream. And you know what? I'm back later on for Chatterbox, guys. 2 p.m. UK time, usually. Thank you very much for joining me, everyone. Have a fabulous afternoon. It's been a brilliant show. You know what? Lots to digest. But you know what? Have a fabulous Friday. It's Friday. The weekend is here, guys. And you know what? It's almost over, the international break. We're almost over with the international games. After Sunday, we move on, of course. And it is the Ruben Amorim period. Hopefully, Ruben Amorim gets his visa very soon, guys. Absolutely. I know the feeling. Big up, everyone. And take it easy and have a fabulous day. I shall see you later. Peace.